Hi everyone. Today we're going to make a little snowman snowflake. And you can make their hats in all different colors. And I used to make like 100 of these for each show I did, and I would cover one tree, a 3-foot tree, with all these little snowmen, and I would charge $5 each for them, and they were all different colors, and I would personalize them, and they were a fantastic seller. And they looked so good hanging on the tree. All right, let's get started. We're going to make a white ball and flatten it. Now, if you want to use a cookie cutter to cut out your snowflake, that's fine too. This is just another way to do it if you don't have a cookie cutter. And it looks almost like a flower. You can actually make flowers this way too. And now we're just going to pinch them. It's just so easy. I mean, I don't even really have to talk. All you have to do is watch and see how easy it is. Oh gosh, there goes my text message again. I keep forgetting to turn that off. I'm going to turn it off right now. I've had this phone for 4 years. You'd think I'd know how to use it by now. And now we're going to put our paper clip in before we put everything else on. That way you don't have to worry about it at the end and worry about squishing your details. Now I'm using the needle tool just to texture it and make the little snowflake designs on it. You can do it any way you want. Now I know with our snowflake families, I used a texture sheet, which is really fun, and cookie cutters to cut out the snowflakes. I think this is the worst part of it, is doing the little designs on there. So sometimes the texture sheet is a little quicker. Now for the ones I did for the craft shows, quite honestly, I used a cookie cutter and the texture sheets, because to make 100 of these, this would take forever doing it this way. But this is another way to do it. And I would display the tree right at the end of my booth, where everyone walking by would see this tree covered with these little snowflake ornaments. Well, snowman snowflake ornaments. We would just cover it. And by the end of the show, they would all be gone. It was great. There you have it. And that's the thing. When you decorate your booth, you have to have something that will bring the people in. You don't want your booth to look boring. You got to get those people out of those aisles, because you have like 20 seconds to get their attention. Now we're making a ball for his head. And this is just like a regular snowman head. And it's just like we make them on the full body snowmen. And this would be a fun ornament to do with kids. As I've said before, I used to go to the schools and for my nieces and nephews and my son, and I would make ornaments with the kids. And it's a lot of fun for the kids. And this would be a very easy one for them to do. I did Santa heads one year with my son's class, and each Santa looked different. It was amazing. I would make the brim of his hat. Now, if you personalize, you would put the name on the scarf underneath his head and the year on the little ball. And of course, we're going to do our little berries and holly. So we're going to make the holly leaves. Now, I'm getting a little fancy there and doing that. You don't have to do that. If you're making a whole bunch of them, you don't have to do that because nobody will really notice that. Because when you're making a lot of them for the craft shows, you have to take into consideration how long it takes you to do them. And I'm going to do a video on pricing. Here I made a little hole and I made a little teardrop orange in shape and put it in for his nose, and I made it too big. So we're going to make it a little smaller. Oh my gosh, look how quick this went. My work table was a little wobbly that day. Now you can also paint on the mouth if you don't want to do that, but you can also use seed beads for the eyes. I personally don't care for them, but if that's what you like, fine. Okay, blush before baking. I think my voice is getting a little bit better. I'm getting there. I have to stay away from little kids for a while, I think. And there he is, all done. Now oh, and forgot to say, make sure that your snowflake is at least a 1/4 inch thick. You can see how thick mine is. You don't want to make it too thin. And he's going to go into the oven and bake it according to the instructions on your package. And we're going to paint on the details after. I painted on his eyes and some polka dots on his hat. And wow, gee guys, that went fast. So if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.